Howdy with this video. I want to show you how I grade essays. Hopefully you can kind of see how I arrived at your grade for the first essay and how I'm going to grade the other essays. But just physically how I grade essays, I pull it up and then I open it up in tracking in Word. This is why my commentary is generally in red. That's what I have the tracking function set to. What it does, it lets me make commentary in there. And what I also have done is I use the autocorrect function to create shortcuts for pretty repetitive errors within student essays. Um, and then I kind of modify those as I go. But essay number one's not a particularly good title, so you probably need a better title. Then I just kind of go through the essay and start making my commentary. Blah, 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 blah. I can't remember where I put that. There we go. There's a run together sentence there. And again, I just go through the essay. Now, if you start seeing repetitive comment things, that's something to watch out for within an essay. I'm looking for patterns of errors. One wrong word in an essay, not a big deal. But if you have like quite a few wrong words, or you keep using it or something like that, you want to make sure you fix that in future essays. But I'll just go through the essay, make commentary. You'll see it on the works citus page as well. But then when I get down here, I get out of tracking mode and I've copied the grading sheet into the essay. And obviously I already have that pre-done. I've had some students say, wow, do you really type in the entire grading sheet every time? It's like, no. A little copying and pasting's a teacher's friends here. But we'll paste that in there. And again, sometimes you might have to scroll down. It'll be after the works citus page on its own page there. But once I get to the grading sheet, I start dealing with these questions for the basic writing grade. And you'll notice there's 3 different grades: a basic writing grade, a MLA grade, and an editing punctuation grade. But I'll just start highlighting concerns within the essay. Let's say the conclusion wasn't very good, it just repeated the essay or something, or jumped around quite a bit. Watch out for down here with patterns of English errors, particularly sentence structure errors. You're supposed to work that out in Comp 1, but it still takes a little while, a little practice to work some of those out of the writing. But then I'll come down here and you'll see I break the basic essay grade into 2 sections. One, organization and development and use of quotes, and then another section for the English. That's because sometimes you get a really well-written essay that doesn't really say much. So I might complain about the organization and development a little bit. Sometimes you get a really good essay, but the person's having some trouble with the English and grammar, sentence structure. So I want to separate that out a little bit. Also, you're going to notice I grade holistically. The basic writing grade is kind of my overall impression of the essay, particularly these elements within the essay. So I'm trying to highlight these things so I can justify whatever holistic grade I'm getting at. The other way to possibly grade would be to take 5 points off for each fragment or 2 points off for each comma error. That gets kind of tedious. And also, you can get a really good essay that's just has a few fragments that all of a sudden the person's getting a D or an F for the fragments on an otherwise really good essay. And I don't like to do that. So there might have been a couple of fragments in this essay. If I highlight this down here, that's me kind of saying, hey, this is where you're losing points. This is why it's not getting a better grade than what I'm giving you. Also, I'll start modifying all this for the specific errors within the essay. So let's say this person didn't have brackets. But pretty good essay overall. A couple of fragments, maybe a problem with the conclusion. Obviously need a better title. So pretty good essay overall. So I assign the basic writing grade. And I tend to think of letter grades, and I have to convert that to a number grade. B is 85%, so that's 128 should be about 85% of 150. That's a basic writing grade, but we're not done yet. Then I come down to the documentation grade. If everything else is looking pretty good, just a little alphabetical order problem on the works citus page. So pretty good with the documentation grade. If I'm doing something like highlighting any plagiarism, make sure you kind of take note. If it's intentional plagiarism that's riddled within the essay, I'm probably not going to grade the essay. You're going to get a whole different kind of response from me. But if there's a little bit of plagiarism where you're not quite crediting the source of something, kind of watch out for that. It's probably generally not intentional, but it's still kind of there. And make sure you're kind of keeping these points down here with editing and required punctuation. Particularly with the second essay, everybody should be getting pretty much full credit on this one. You're kind of seeing what I'm looking for. If you had a problem with the its, make sure you get rid of those. And because you don't want to lose points down here. But then I get all 3 grades. The problem areas are where I'm highlighting. If I highlight in blue, generally that's me either trying to clarify something or me saying, hey, I want a different highlight color for the good things about the essay. And I didn't use round numbers here, so I'm going to use my calculator. One thing you want to definitely do when you look at an essay grade is check my math. Most of the time I do this in my head, and it's quite possible to make an error. But I'll add up the 3 grades to get the total out of 200 points down here, and I'll give you the percentage as well. And that's basically how I grade the essay. You can see my commentary. If you're seeing these lines on the side of the essay, that's me making a commentary somewhere using the tracking function. So sometimes I'll just highlight something. Let's say there's a problem with distinct there. Or like it's the wrong word or something, I might just highlight, or if it's use of it or you, I just highlight it because it's obviously an error. But you'll see that little line going through there. But that's basically how I grade the essay. Again, you got to kind of have a little philosophy going in, particularly like if you're going to grade it holistically or you're going to take a point off for every little silly thing. Like I said, I've chosen to do holistically. I think it works better. Particularly if you just have one problem within an essay. You don't want to kill the essay because of that one problem. But if you have any questions as you're looking at your graded essay, be sure and let me know. And hopefully helps to kind of see just the basics of how I do it. But again, if you have questions, let me know. I do make errors sometimes. Maybe you might have a punctuation in there and I didn't see it. I took the points off. Tell me, get your points back. I like giving points back when I miss something. So if you have questions, let me know, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.